Recently watched Roofman. The script is really unique, and I'm curious about your take on it. It's definitely polarizing, but I think it's worth checking out. The film is based on the true story of Jeffrey Manchester, a former Army Ranger who robbed McDonald's restaurants by cutting holes in their roofs. The story follows Roofman, a quirky handyman who breaks into houses to fix things, but he's got some secrets. The lead actor's performance was great, and the role brings a lot of humor and pathos to Roofman. The way the script explores his backstory and motivations is really compelling. The cinematography is beautiful, and the score adds to the atmosphere. Made me think about the characters and their stories long after the credits rolled. Imagine a blend of The Grand Budapest Hotel and Breaking Bad, with a touch of handyman humor. The story of Jeffrey Manchester, better known by his moniker, Roofman. It is one of those truth is stranger than fiction tales that feels like it was written specifically for a Hollywood heist flick. It's a narrative defined by eccentric genius, an odd sense of gentlemanly crime, and one of the most bizarre hiding spots in criminal history. In the late 1990s, Jeffrey Manchester became a folk legend and a nightmare for McDonald's franchisees across America. His signature move was as cinematic as it was effective. He would drill a hole in the roof of a McDonald's overnight. He would drop into the building and hide, sometimes in the crawl spaces or the walk-in freezer, waiting for the morning shift to arrive. When the managers opened the safes, Manchester would emerge. Despite being armed, he was famously polite. He never harmed anyone, often ushered employees into the freezer to keep them out of the way, and then vanished back through the roof. By the time he was caught in 2000, he had robbed over 60 locations. After being sentenced to 45 years in prison, most stories would end. Manchester's was just getting started. In 2004, he pulled off a daring escape from a North Carolina prison by clinging to the undercarriage of a delivery truck. He fled to Charlotte, and this is where the story shifts from a heist movie to something out of the terminal. Manchester didn't just hide, he moved into a Circuit City store that had recently closed. He built a secret living space behind a wall of large-screen TV boxes. He tapped into the store's electricity, watched movies on the display tech, and even exercised by running through the aisles at night. He used the Toys R Us store for food and supplies. He would simply slip through a shared wall into the adjacent Toys R Us. He didn't just steal, he reportedly changed things, like swapping out baby monitors so he could eavesdrop on the store's employees to stay ahead of any security. While living his secret life as a squatter king, Manchester started dating a local woman. He played the part of a kind, God-fearing man, even joining a local church and donating toys to their toy drive. His undoing wasn't a high-tech sting operation, it was his own heart. He wanted to give his girlfriend a grand Christmas. He attempted to rob a Toys R Us to fund their life together, but things went sideways. A fingerprint left on a DVD case back at his Circuit City lair eventually led police to his hidden room. The story of Roofman is a bizarre cocktail of criminal ingenuity and delusional romanticism. He wasn't a violent man, but he was a compulsive one. To this day, he remains a figure of fascination, a man who lived in the rafters of consumerism, literally and figuratively, until the walls finally closed in. The peak scene is when Roofman breaks into a house and gets caught by the homeowner, leading to an awkward yet heartwarming exchange. It's a turning point where Roofman's true intentions are revealed, and the audience sees a more vulnerable side of him. The scene's got a great mix of tension, humor, and pathos, showcasing the actor's range and the director's skill in balancing tones. It's a standout moment that adds depth to Roofman's character and shifts the movie's momentum. The best dialogue scene in Roofman is when Roofman has a heart-to-heart with the homeowner Maggie Gyllenhaal after getting caught breaking in. The conversation's raw, witty, and vulnerable. Some standout lines: "I'm not a bad guy, I just need stuff." "You break into houses to get stuff?" That's specific. The scene's tone is both humorous and poignant, highlighting the film's themes of loneliness and human connection. The actors' chemistry makes it a standout moment in the movie. The movie explores how people connect in unexpected ways. Roofman's journey is about finding purpose and making amends. The film showcases the complexity of human nature and vulnerabilities of its characters. These themes are woven throughout the story, adding depth to the offbeat narrative. The film also explores how these interactions help him find purpose and connect with others, highlighting the importance of human connection. The loneliness and connection are universal, reflecting how people struggle to find their place. Roofman's nature shows how everyone has their own way of coping with life. The houses he breaks into represent the emotional landscapes of the people living there, and his interactions with them symbolize the complexities of human relationships. In real life, people often struggle with feelings of isolation and disconnection, which is reflected in Roofman's character. His nature and actions serve as a reminder that everyone has their own struggles and ways of coping. The director's use of symbolism adds depth to the narrative, inviting viewers to reflect on their own connections and relationship. The best positive sides of Roofman include unique storytelling that film's quirky blend of humor, drama, and crime keeps you engaged. Channing Tatum's performance brings Roofman's vulnerability and charm to life. Maggie Gyllenhaal's chemistry scenes with Tatum are standout moments. The visuals capture the offbeat atmosphere perfectly. The movie explores loneliness and human relationships in a fresh way. These elements make Roofman a compelling, fun, and wild ride. If you're into offbeat indie flicks, check it out.